Take one deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. If your heart's been whispering, I've been forgotten. Listen. The silence you're sitting in is not a verdict. It's soil. 2 full years can feel like forever. But I have not misplaced your name. I have counted your tossings, kept your tears. See, your name is engraved on my hands. When the season turns, it can turn in a moment. Hold your place. You are not a footnote. You are not an afterthought. I remember you. Take one deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. If your heart has been whispering, I've been forgotten. This is for you. Maybe your name doesn't pop up on their phone anymore. Maybe the group chat laughs without you. Maybe the promotion landed 2 desks over. You've smiled like it didn't sting, but you felt the echo. There's a special kind of ache when you do the right things. Show up, stay kind, keep your word, and the room still moves on as if you weren't there. You pour the coffee, leave it on the counter, and it goes cold while you wait for an answer that doesn't come. You've said, I'm fine. You're not trying to make a scene. You're just tired of feeling like a shadow in your own story. There's a line I can't shake from Scripture. Joseph, faithful, honest Joseph, sitting in a prison he didn't deserve. He helped someone who promised to remember him, and they didn't. The text says, the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. And then, after 2 full years, 2 full years, maybe you know what 2 full years feels like, or 10 slow months, or the 10th unanswered application. It's the drag of time that rubs hope thin. David once wrote, you have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle. That sounds like 2 a.m. That sounds like flipping the pillow, watching the ceiling, wishing your name mattered to somebody tonight. You're not crazy for wanting to be noticed. You're not weak for wanting to be chosen. That desire was stitched into you by the one who names stars and calls sheep by name. But let's stay with Joseph for a second. He wasn't forgotten by heaven, even when people forgot him. The silence of the cell wasn't the end of the story. It was soil, hidden, dark, waiting soil. What if your hidden place isn't punishment, but preparation, not a shelf, a greenhouse? Quiet doesn't equal neglect. Delay doesn't equal discard. There's an old promise spoken to a people who thought they'd slipped off God's radar. Can a woman forget her nursing child? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. That's Isaiah 49:15-16. Your name isn't on a sticky note that gets lost. It's cut into his palms. If you're thinking, that sounds beautiful, but the rent's due and I'm alone, I hear you. Beauty doesn't pay the bill. But it can hold your heart steady while you do what you can and wait for what you can't make happen. Here's a picture. Late afternoon light on a desk, your to-do list with boxes that never get checked. You do the small thing anyway. You answer the email, you fold the laundry, you return the call. These quiet acts are not wasted. They're your seeds, back to Joseph. He woke up in the same room he'd woken up in 1,000 times, and on an ordinary morning, a knock on the door. Pharaoh wants to see you. The story turns on a hinge you could miss if you blink. 2 full years, and then a day that changed everything. Sometimes the season shifts like that. It doesn't mean there's a spotlight waiting. Don't chase that. But it does mean obscurity won't have the final say. This long hallway you're walking, there's a door you haven't seen yet. I want to say something very plain. The people who overlooked you don't define your value. They're not villains. They're humans with limited sight. They can misread a masterpiece when it's still in pencil. David knew that feeling too. When the prophet came to anoint a king, David wasn't even invited to the line. He was with the sheep, doing the small, faithful thing in the back field. God sent for him anyway. Unseen by his own people didn't mean unseen by his maker. Maybe you've been out in the back field. No spotlight, no applause, just faithful. Keep tending your few sheep. Keep showing up to your real life. When the time is right, you won't have to elbow anyone aside. The invitation will find you because it's authored by the one who knows where you stand. I'm not handing you slogans. I'm picturing your kitchen chair, the empty one across from you. I'm thinking of the email you've drafted and deleted 3 times. I'm imagining the page of your journal where you wrote, "Did I miss it?" No, friend, you didn't miss the train. Your stop just isn't this stop. And if you've been praying but words feel heavy, try this for tonight. I'm here, Lord. I haven't quit. That's enough. You don't have to pretty it up. I think of Hagar in the desert, convinced no one would ever find her, and she whispers a name for God. El Roy, the one who sees me. There's something healing about being seen. You need that. And it's true, even here. Let's return to Isaiah's image for a breath, engraved on his hands. Picture a craftsman with ink-stained fingers, the mark of work that doesn't wash off. Your name isn't a passing thought. It's a mark he carries. If tonight you're tempted to measure your worth by who replies, who invites, who chooses, pause. There's a deeper metric. It's found in the one who chose a manger over a throne, a cross over applause, who spoke your worth with his own life. You may be thinking, that's all faith talk. What do I do in the morning? You do the next honest thing. Send the application. Show up to the shift. Text the friend. Open the scriptures, even if it feels dry. Stand in the shower and let the water beat your back and tell your soul, I will not treat myself like a leftover. Small courage, repeated daily, is how you outlast the lie of being forgotten. And let's be bold for a second. I believe there's a day you'll look back at these months and realize they made you ready. Ready to carry joy without needing the crowd to feed it. Ready to lead without proving anything. Ready to love people who might never applaud you. When the season turns, it can turn fast. Joseph went from a number in a prison to a name in a palace in a single afternoon. Not because he played the game better, but because heaven's timing clicked. And in that moment, all the hidden years weren't wasted. They were the reason he could stand where he stood. Hear this in your bones. Being unseen by some doesn't make you unchosen. Being left off one list doesn't cancel the story written for you. You haven't been shelved. You've been planted. If you need a line to carry into sleep, take this one. Forgotten by people is not forsaken by God. And if that's too many words, try one. Remember. Let it be your breath prayer. Inhale. You. Exhale. Remember. I'm praying for a steadying peace to come over your room, the kind that softens your jaw and unclenches your hands. I'm asking that grace would meet you right where that cold cup sits, right in the mess you didn't plan. Before we end, I want to invite you into something simple. In the comments, leave one word for what you're praying for today. Just one. It could be favor, clarity, strength, rest. I'll be watching those words and praying with you. And if you want daily encouragement like this, you're welcome to stick around and subscribe. No pressure, just a quiet space to breathe and be reminded of what's true. For now, let me speak this blessing over you. May the one who counts your tossings steady your sleep. May the one whose hands hold your name guide your steps. May the long hallway shorten, and may you recognize the door when it opens. And while you wait, may a fierce gentleness fill your chest, reminding you that your presence matters, your voice matters. Your life is not on the cutting room floor. You are not a footnote. You are not an afterthought. You are deeply known, and your story is still unfolding. Rest, friend. The night is not forever. I'll meet you here again tomorrow.